Hi, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Welcome.
I think we need to add some music to that little intro.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Hi, Bama. Hey, Hound Dog. How are you? Mr. David. Hi, Marquita. Nice to see you. All right. So today we are going to talk about cruise ships. I know recently there has been a big case going on TikTok and social media of a young man that jumped off a boat and was lost at sea. Right? Did they ever find him?
They didn't find him, and he was 18, right? He had just graduated high school, and I guess he went on this like cruise ship to the Bahamas.
Yeah,
like it was like a pirate-inspired cruise ship, and
things happen.
Yes, you know.
So I forgot to introduce. So today we're doing Conversation 86, Cruise Ship Disappearances. Hi, everybody. And I just wanted to say I'm sorry we weren't here last week because it was my birthday and we were celebrating all weekend. Me and Eileen had a concert on Thursday night, Friday night. What did we do Friday night?
We did like a picnic at the park.
We did picnic at the park. Saturday, we celebrated with family, and then Sunday we did as well. So it was like a whole weekend of just celebration, and it was really fun, and I really enjoyed it. Hi, Cowie. Thank you. I appreciate that, Bama. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Mr. David. So, all right. So Eileen is going to get into, do you want me to show the video first and then we can get into, or do you want to talk about it first?
Yeah, I want to talk about it first. Okay. So,
hi, Hex and Rabe.
Hey. So, I mean, I was on TikTok like I usually am. And, first I was watching this video about this guy who like jumped off a cruise ship. And I think he jumped off like the 11th floor or something like that, straight into the ocean.
Dude, that's really high.
It was super high, and they filmed it. And that's I guess crazy. Like his friends had dared him to do it. And I was like, wow, that's really high. But like they interviewed him and he's like, oh, nothing happened, everything's good, but don't do that because it's like stupid, but he was an older guy. He was 27. So, and then, like I went to the next video and they were like talking about the guy who like jumped off the ship and disappeared. And I'm like, what? Like, it's not the same guy because, they interviewed him. So that's, I realized it was another guy. And yeah, like I mentioned, he was 18, right? Mm-hmm. Just graduated high school, went on this cruise ship, pirate-inspired cruise ship, to the Bahamas.
Hi, Gregory.
One thing led to another with his friends, and he jumped off the ship at night. And, some people had like...
How high was this guy?
No, it wasn't as high. Like this one was just like
more of like a yacht ship?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he jumped off, and then, some people filmed it and they were like talking about it, and that was the last they heard of him. And then after that, I guess the boat stayed there to like help search for him because they couldn't find him. And then they got like Coastal Guard involved, right? The Coast Guard. Yeah. And I guess they searched for him for like a week or two. They didn't find him. So they like stopped the search, and they're like having a funeral for him now. So the video's been on TikTok a lot, and, a lot of people have been like trying to make theories, right? Come up with theories as to like what happened. Anywhere from like it could have been shark because it's like...
Because I'm gonna drop it right now in a little bit.
Because it's like a shark infested
waters.
Yeah,
the Bahamas.
Yeah, and also they were saying that it might have been the current from the ship. So yeah, just like a couple like theories, right?
Yeah. So we kind of wanted to share the video really quick. That way you guys can see it and then tell us what you think. So let me see if I can do this. Okay. Where's the video? I just had it right here.
Oh.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so we can play it. What's going on? Oops. So yeah. So I don't know if you guys were able to see the video, but that was crazy. Eileen, you want to share what you think about that?
Yeah. I mean, I've been watching a lot of videos, and it I feel like it could have been a shark because of some of the
So yeah, because I saw that they sketched it out, and it looked like it could definitely be a shark.
yeah, like it was sketched out on one of the TikTok theories, and I'm like, oh, I can see like the silhouette, after they like sketched it all out, because I couldn't really see it, but then after that I was like, oh,
It definitely looks like there was something there, though. Like, if you
yeah,
really, let me see if there's another video where I can kind of like,
because I think of like the way that
maybe we can pause it.
like the way he swam away, the way that sharks have their
And then all of a sudden he sank.
yeah, and like the way that like sharks have their like attack patterns, right? And then just being like a place where there is a lot of sharks, right? Like a shark infested area. And I don't know, there's just like, I feel like a lot of things like lean towards that.
But that's crazy. Wouldn't you see blood and like things coming out like of the water? Right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's see. Maybe we can pause it. All right, hold on. Oh, no. So I think this guy, the one that jumped, it wasn't too high. So I think he was fine during the jump.
Yeah.
And
The
but
guy, oh, this one or the other guy?
I don't know about the other
The
guy.
other guy, he said that he just had like a little pain in his tailbone, but he said that was it. Like they interviewed him, and then the cruise ship, they banned him and his friends, so they can't be on board that ship anymore because of that. But they were fine.
So you can kind of see something after he jumps, like on the side.
Yeah. And because it seems like he's looking in that direction, and then because that's where the buoy
See
is.
right there?
Yeah.
You see the water kind of like ripple?
Yeah, and it's like the only thing that's moving, you know what I mean? And
that looks weird to me. And it looks to me like he saw it.
Yeah.
And then he got scared and he decided to swim back. But it could have definitely also been, see right there, I feel like he was looking, he saw it, and then he started to like panic and swim away.
Yeah.
Or maybe it could have been a current that was taking him.
Yeah, I mean that was one of the other theories, possibility too.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I did share the link, Mr. Vol. I don't know if you saw that. I've been on a cruise ship and it's scary at night. It's completely dark. Yeah, I see. And that's one of the things why I don't want to be in cruise ships. I would not want to go on a cruise ship because I feel like it would just scare me. Like I'm afraid of water, like the ocean as it is. Like, like I'll be at the shore and fish and do deep sea fishing and things like that. But I don't know, man. I have respect for the ocean. Like I am not gonna go over there and mess around because you never know, dude. Like just the not knowing part of it when you're like under your feet are dangling in the middle of
Yeah.
the ocean and you don't know what's under there. Like it just I can't.
Yeah.
So that was Cameron, I guess, the guy that jumped off. The other guy, I think it was an older man. Let me see. His name was Ronnie Peel, and it looks like he went overboard, and his partner and his mother. He fell from the, or I guess that's what they're saying. He fell from the Carnival Magic at about 186 miles east of Jacksonville, Florida. Um, and crews in aircraft and on ships searched for more than 5,000 square feet or miles, sorry. And Peel, well,
They
they were
searched for
searching for
him.
Peel, I guess. And they ended up suspending the search because they never found him. So, yeah, this was another man. But the Carnival
Look,
cruise is big, dude.
I think that was like, it looked like the one that the guy jumped off from, because it kind of looked like that.
No, but his didn't look that deep.
No,
It
the
looked like a
other
yacht.
guy, the other guy.
Oh, the 27-year-old
Yeah.
guy. Yeah. Yeah, something could have gotten him for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I don't know. Is there anything else that you want to share about that?
Um, that
So they never
that's
found this guy, Cameron?
yeah. They didn't find him.
And it says it was shark infested waters and he vanished. Oh, and it was close to the Bermuda Triangle. What do you know, you guys? It was a dare. A haunted video shared speculation. What we know about Cameron is disappearance. So he basically was dared to jump into the water, jumped in, and I guess he wasn't found. So he was a Louisiana high school graduate, and he vanished beneath shark infested waters after jumping from a boat in the Bahamas. Someone yelled bye bye at the teen, according to the hunting video. And then the Baton Rouge 18-year-old was enjoying a sunset cruise with several hundred fellow graduates May 24th when he leaped overboard the vessel, designed to look like a bird. In a chilling video of the incident
Oh,
that has since gone viral on social media. And the footage captures horrific onlookers on the ship frantically yelling at Robbins to grab the little donut
the
thing.
buoy. Mm-hmm.
And but then the teen appears to swim on the opposite direction, possibly encountering a shark. The video In the video, a white object is seen on the left side of the screen, but recording is too blurry out what exactly it is. So it definitely, I think he saw something. He swam away, and then I don't know if the strong. Maybe he was overly tired. Maybe he was, I don't know. I don't know if he drank. I don't know. But that could have been a factor too, where he just went underwater. Um, so somebody said they really are sharks there. The video was capturing his final moments and has been viewed more than 10 million times on TikTok. Um, okay, so the U.S. Coast Guard and local Bahamian authorities spent days looking for him before calling off their search last week about more than 325 square miles. So yeah, so I guess they deemed that he was lost at sea. That's crazy. I don't know. I don't know, you guys. The guy you just showed must have been on a yacht or a large sailboat. If had fresh cut on him, he was taken by sharks. It's signs on the cruise ship stating no jumping. Yeah. So I don't know. Definitely, that's sad. It's a sad story. Um, okay. So we're gonna get into other disappearances that I found online on cruise ships because I don't know. I find it fascinating. I mean, these ships can only be so big, right? I mean, they're huge. But how does somebody disappear on a cruise ship?
Yeah.
Either they jump or they fall in the water, you know. That I think that's probably the more common one, but what else? Like maybe somebody does something? What's wrong with you?
Oh no, it's because it was stuck to my thing.
Oh, you cool?
Yeah.
All right. Let me put this on here again. Okay. So, let's get into the other disappearances that I found online that haven't been, some of them have not been solved. Oh, okay. So let's see. So here we go. Ooh, this was a murder, dude. That's freaky. The murder of Mickey Kanasaki aboard a cruise ship. Unlike other cruise ship disappearances on this list, Mickey Kanasaki's body was found after she vanished from the Mediterranean cruise in 2006. And unlike others on this list, her death was determined foul play. That's scary. She was on a cruise ship with her ex-husband, and though the two had divorced, they claimed that they had reconciled and planned to remarry. As he tells it, they boarded the ship. After sailing at around Italy, they enjoyed dinner and a bottle of wine together. By the next morning, however, the woman had vanished, and they suggested that she had had too much to drink and fallen over or taken her own life. But a few days later, searchers found the body floating off the Italian coast, and her autopsy suggested that she had not fallen overboard purposely, but she had been murdered. According to NBC Los Angeles, the autopsy revealed she had a severe hemorrhage around her neck and consisted with strangulation. Oh, and no water in her lungs, meaning she was likely already dead when she entered the water. Further investigation found that the balcony was purposely.
They booked the room with the balcony view.
Oh, they booked a room with the balcony
I guess
view.
it was the ex-husband who
They had asked a friend in law enforcement about security on the cruise ships. What's more, he had both financial and personal motive, as he had started a new romantic relationship that would inherit him 1 million of her death. Wow.
That it was the perfect crime, right? Like planning.
He thought it was a perfect crime and lured his prey to her death. That's scary.
He picked the perfect ship, the perfect room, and the perfect time, and he almost got away with it.
That is crazy.
So he was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison.
Wait, did I skip some? Hold on. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm going to go to the beginning because it took me, I don't know why, to page 6.
Oh.
I'm trying to go to page 1.
Page 1?
Page 1.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories, though, about, like, cruise ships and
I don't know, man.
There is. I remember there was, like, a famous one, right? About, like, a couple.
Like a married couple?
Yeah.
Oh. Is this number 1? Yeah, that was number 1. Okay, Elaine's going to hit it. the number one.
Okay, let's see. So, The Haunting of so this is a 19.
You got to be louder, homegirl.
Okay, let's go down. Let's see. So it says, I guess the Bradley family went on a cruise ship, right? And it was called the Rhapsody of the Seas in 98.
Okay.
And they were looking forward to a fun family vacation, but 2 days later, their 23-year-old daughter, Amy, vanished. Her father last saw her sitting on the deck of their stateroom. When he looked again, she was gone. They started to get worried as the day progressed because they couldn't find her. But the crew refused to cancel the docking at the next port in Curacao. When they discovered that she was missing, they begged the ship personnel not to put the gangway down, not to allow anybody to leave the ship. But they put it down anyways, right? So the family never saw her again, but over the years, a number of people have reported spotting a missing woman around the Caribbean, and each sighting is more disturbing than the last. So I guess like the family had received like a photograph that suggested that she was like trafficked.
That's crazy,
right? And so a bunch of sightings range from tourists who think they spotted her on the beach to a Navy sailor who said he met her in a brothel. He claimed that she introduced herself to him as like her name, you know, her
Amy?
name. Yeah, and begged for his help. But he didn't initially report it because he thought he'd get in trouble. Man. But the most disturbing alleged sighting came when her family received a photo of a sex worker named Jazz lying on a bed. When they first looked at the picture, it wasn't the Amy they knew. The picture looks like a harsh and tormented Amy. So her parents remained convinced this cruise ship disappearance was a kidnapping. They maintained from the beginning that someone saw her and took her from that ship. So I guess like they had been like in a search, right? Like, oh, like where is she?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Oh, Mr. Volt's there. Hello.
Hey.
What's up, everybody?
How are you?
I'm still kicking.
That's good. You've been missing from YouTube for a while now, huh?
Yeah, I've had a few
Just a
things
little bit.
going on. Yeah, I've had a few things going on and taking care of some business that I'm not going to discuss here, but me and Kat have actually been down in Florida for the past week.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really?
That and y'all will like this. Kat has talked me into getting into the paranormal.
Oh man.
Well,
You're
I cannot
gonna do
remember.
it.
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, there where we're staying at here, one of the ladies is going to be coming on to the show sometimes this next week, and there's a college. It's a college well, I'm in Alabama right this minute. There's a college here that has catacombs under it that witchcraft and a whole bunch of other stuff has been practiced under.
Oh, that's scary. At a
Well,
college.
at a college.
That's crazy.
This town is supposedly one of the hauntedest towns in Alabama. Hold on a second. Let me find out I don't even know where the hell I am.
Hi, Freaky Geek. How are you?
Where did you say we are?
This is Alabaster.
Alabaster. And the name of the town y'all talking about?
Montevallo.
Montevallo. That's Alabama, right?
Mhm.
And Montevallo, Alabama. I think I'm saying that right.
Okay.
Supposedly is the most haunted town in America. Well, in Alabama.
That is so scary.
Wow.
No,
Uh-uh.
we're live.
I used to go around campus with a Ouija board
Uh,
all night.
I'm gonna enter. You have a nickname or whatever you want to use?
Bean.
Oh
Bean.
no.
Gosh.
Uh, you want to tell them what we're just talking about? What we're gonna be
Yeah.
doing a show on?
Okay, so I used to go to the University of Montevallo, a school in Central Alabama, and I, on top of research, a ton of the professors had told me about the catacombs in Montevallo. Apparently, there's like underground catacombs there, and I was always really curious about it. And one day, this past summer, I actually went to a birthday party of this like gypsy lady that lives in town, and her husband actually visited the catacombs and was telling me about it, and I have made it my mission to figure out like what is down there. And I believe I have found the entrance, but I have yet to go down there. And I just needed somebody who was like willing to do it.
Hmm.
So guess who she found?
Hmm. Yep. You found the right person.
Well, what we're gonna
Wow,
do
you
is
guys are brave.
what we're gonna do this next week is I'm gonna put up a show. I'm gonna get with her, and when she can, I'm gonna bring her on the show, and we're going to. I'm gonna step back out here so I can smoke a cigarette. Excuse me. We're we're gonna get together on a show, me, her, and Kat, and figure out what time she can do the show, and we're gonna do a show, and she's gonna tell y'all all about her research. She's gonna send me some pictures and stuff like that she's got of it. That way we can put it up. That way y'all know where we're going and what we're gonna be doing, and then we're gonna go down to where she thinks the entrance to the catacombs are, and Vault's gonna go in and find out.
Oh no. Oh, that's scary. I mean, any underground facility is scary, so especially if
Uh,
it's catacombs.
I spent a good bit of time in caves a couple of years back.
Oh
So,
no. Well, that's
uh,
cool. So are you just traveling around trying to find the scariest places on earth?
no, we're going to we're going. Me and Kat were. Like I said, I'm not going to say what we were doing, but
Yeah.
uh,
Okay.
on the let's we're fixing to start covering some of the most haunted and scariest places in the South of the United States.
And I'm sure there's a lot. I feel
Uh,
like there's way more haunted places in the South than there is here in the West. So,
we done got 7 of them so far. And this
wow.
is the thing, I'm finding people like this lady here that I've talked to a couple of times. And like I said, I showed up at her work on the way back in to show y'all. Like I said, this is where she works at. I showed up and got a room here because that was the easiest thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's harder for somebody to say no to you when you're standing in front of them than it is on the phone.
Yeah. So when are you
But
planning to go to the catacombs?
we're going to work that out because the catacombs is like 5 hours away from me.
Oh, okay.
So that ain't that far, but like I said, we're gonna work out. I want to do a show with her and get everything out. That way, y'all understand what all the legends and the lore, and because she's found tales that these catacombs were used during the uh, uh, back during the slave days for the Underground Railroad. Then there's
Mm-hmm.
ties to soldiers hiding out, Union and Southern soldiers hide out in these catacombs to get away from the war. Then you've got uh, supposedly the Freemasons somehow got involved with this. They said there's so much myth and lore that we're going to have to sit down and untie some of it to figure out, and then go down there and see what we find. Supposedly, there was some witchcraft and stuff that went on down there. Like I said, I have no idea.
There's movies
But
I've seen, Vault, of the catacombs. There's one that's called As Above, So Below. Oh
uh
man. After I was like trying to cover my face while watching it. I was so scared. And I was
like I said,
like, no.
well, this time of year, it's actually more dangerous to do Bigfoot investigations out in the wild than it is anything else because, like at the farm right now, you got grass that you and her can stand in and can't nobody see you.
Mm-hmm.
Then the tree foliage and everything, and it's not just the squatches you got to worry about. It's wild hogs. It's Jeremy's done killed 2 snakes out there the size of his leg.
Wow.
So like I said, it this time of year, like Mr. David in there probably can tell y'all, it's dangerous
Mm-hmm.
to do this, to do that. So what we're going to be doing is going to some of these haunted places. That's like, do y'all
Paranormal.
know? Yeah, paranormal. That's like, y'all know Graceland supposedly haunted by Elvis.
Mm-hmm. We
Well,
talked
just
about that
so
on our show.
just so happens, guess who got invited to come to Graceland to do a paranormal show?
Nice. Are you gonna go?
Oh, yes, yes. Like
Yes, of
I said,
course. Is that
we're
far from
fixing
where
this.
you live?
No, Graceland is probably 20 minutes from me at home.
Oh, okay. That's
Cause see,
good.
I live
Yeah.
in Memphis.
Yeah.
I live right downtown Memphis.
Yeah, because we talked about that. There's even been videos of where they say that Elvis appears like ghostly
Yeah.
apparitions and things like that. So that's a definitely great place to go and check it out.
Oh, like I said, I'm trying to do a little diversity because you know there's certain people that want to take over the dog man, Bigfoot, ram, whatever. That's fine, they can do it. I'm trying to branch out, and like I said, this is something Kat interested in, so she's interested in what I'm interested in. So why not? I've never did the paranormal.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that I've been talking to a couple of other people about that how to go about this, like where you're talking about where the king is supposedly seen from the outside looking down at the people. I'm going to
Hmm.
set my GoPro up outside, pointing up at that area, and just let it run the whole time we're there.
Yeah.
That way, if
That's
it is something there, it gets caught. Plus, I've already got a tri-field meter. The only thing I've got to get is an EVP to. I mean, I've already got 3 recorders to do EVPs with digital
hmm
recorders, and then I want to get a one of those.
the
I
is
can't
it
remember
the what is it called? The ghost um where you
the
talk to
the
go.
the one that not the one that spits off random. It's I forgot what it's called. It's the box
The
that's already
ghost
got.
box?
Yeah, the ghost box. I want to go. I want to try to get a ghost box.
Okay, yeah.
They're supposedly more accurate than the radio scanning thing.
Yeah, there's some that are radio scanning, and then I think there's some really advanced ones that really just cuts out all the static and
Uh,
you can just
I
hear
think it's called
voices.
I think the one that I talked to the guy about was called the Oculus. It's got like
Mm.
500,000 words pre-programmed into it that whatever this ghost can use or entity can use to communicate with
Ah,
you with.
that's so cool. Yeah,
But
there's somebody on YouTube that has a channel just on voice box on ghost box, and it's like super advanced, like it's crazy, and you can even
well,
hear these people talking and they sound like what they did when they were alive, like the exact same voice.
since this is right up you two girls' alley, and since y'all have already done a show on Elvis, when we go to Graceland, what I'm going to do is set up a live stream, and then uh, bring y'all in if y'all want. I'll invite y'all to come in, and y'all can help with part of this because I can give y'all access through StreamYard to some of the other cameras because see I can run 10 cameras now through StreamYard.
Wow.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then
So
we can totally like check the chat for you and questions and all that.
well,
That would
that
be
and
cool.
you can go over and tell people again the lore and stuff that y'all found. And I'm trying to get one of the people. They're hesitant because they don't want to be on. They don't want to be filmed for some reason. I don't know why, but I'm trying to talk them into it. That do the tours that have had encounters like in Elvis's upstairs quarters where it's off limits to most people.
Right. Yeah.
They've had doors like they go to walk into them and the door slams in their face.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Uh,
That's crazy.
so
And
like I
they've
said,
even heard like singing, like music in the bottom
mm-hmm,
downstairs area. Um,
mm-hmm.
yeah,
Well,
they've
see,
had.
a lot of people don't realize Elvis started out singing gospel, and so that's
Mhm.
one of the things that they say that they can hear is they hear the younger voice of Elvis singing gospel songs like Amazing Grace and stuff like that. And none of that is played on the property, from what I understand. Only his hits, his like his solid gold hit. Those are the only ones that are played. But when people are alone and nothing's being played, they can hear the younger version of Elvis, or the young Elvis, singing gospel songs. And that's what he started out singing, was gospel songs.
Yeah, I know. I saw the movie, the new movie, and it was really, really interesting. It kind of gives you an insight on what it was really like, how he started.
Well, have y'all got to go listen to the second book that I put out?
I was listening to it. Yes,
Well,
those are really good.
I want y'all's honest. So those are the first two things I've ever wrote.
They are really good. I play them and I listen to them over and over because they're interesting.
Well, the second one, like I said, is set up to be a sequel, and
Yeah.
you two girls are actually going to be in the second one.
So the chase part, that was hilarious.
Look, David didn't even know about his part in it. He was expecting something else, and then when he heard the professor's name, he called me and he was laughing his butt off about it.
That was so funny. And then Truth and Bass were in it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so that was cool. I thought it was really cool.
That's what I'm going to... I got to take my glasses off. I can't see up close with it on when I'm looking at the camera. That's the reason why I started doing this. Like I said, there's some sprinkles of truth in these stories, and some of the stuff that I haven't talked about before that I can use in this. And like I said, bits and pieces. And like I said, what's fun about this, I've never done it before, is you can make the story go any direction you want.
Yeah.
And I'm using stuff that I know and kind of adding some stuff to stuff and taking stuff away and changing stuff up. And like I said, I didn't realize how fun this was.
That's cool that you enjoy that, because it is interesting.
Well, it's to me, it's relaxing. It's just like I went in there and wrote for 5 hours and didn't even realize I'd been in there for 5 hours.
Wow.
And to me, it's like working on a gun or something else. It's fun, and I never have thought about it because I didn't understand that I'm still not a writer. And I'm using an AI program that helps you write to do these.
Yeah.
And
cool.
well, the way it works is you have an idea for a story or a book or whatever you want to call it. You put that in with your characters' names, and you tell it, I want a 10-chapter book. How do I start this? And it will tell you, it'll give you like, do you want this to be a sequel? Or you answer a couple of questions, and then it'll give you like first line for each one of the chapters. That way you can go from there off on it how you want to. It helps you, but it's all your story.
Mm-hmm. That's cool, because there's a lot of us that I don't like to write. And reading kind of makes me sleepy, so I'd rather just listen to stuff if I can talk through it, and it could just, I don't know.
And I'm learning the hardest thing to learn, if you listen at the first part of this one and the other one that I did, the voice sounds good, but it sounds robotic still. And then as you get the second one, as it gets into about the second chapter, it starts sounding like it starts talking like I'm talking. And I figured out how to make it do that is when you put your stuff in, there's little stuff that you have to do, putting spaces and all that. That don't mean crap. There are certain things you have to do to make it sound like it's taking a breath or pausing or changing its pitch to go up or go down. Mm-hmm. And that's fun figuring out.
Bama says that he's still waiting to be on a story.
Who?
Bama.
Bama's supposed to be in a story. I got a call. I tried to call you, Bama, and it went straight to your voicemail again. I was like, well, he must be asleep or he's busy.
Yeah. And then Mr. David says to Bring Elvis a ghost fried peanut butter and banana sandwich.
Well, I said we're fixing to branch out. I know a bunch of other people are fixing to be teed off of what I'm doing, but I don't care.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. A lot of people are interested in that. And I've noticed a lot of people too now trying to, because there's even apps that you can download and try to do like ghost investigations on there, try to talk to ghosts, things like that. I tried one and it freaked me out, so I took it out. I was like, no, I'm not doing this. It's too creepy. Remember? At your house?
Well, like I said, this is something that interests Cat, and I'm like, okay, well, right now it's starting to get too dangerous to, like I said, in multiple different ways to do the outings with the doing the Bigfoot
The
stuff because
Bigfoot,
that's like
yeah.
we well, like David got bit by a tick last time he was out, and you can ask him. That was been a while back, and that spot still hasn't healed on him.
Oh
See, we have a
no.
problem with ticks and stuff down here, and you can get you can get deer tick fever, you can get Lyme
Lyme's
disease, and everything
disease.
else. And you can ask David down there at the farm; they fall out of the trees on you this time of year.
Well, Jeremy always has ticks on him too, and he's always taking them off. I'm like, I tell him, you don't get worried about limes or anything like that because that's
Well,
scary.
as long as they're crawling, they're not biting. That's not the part you got to worry about. When they stop crawling and bite you, that's when you got to worry.
Yeah.
And deep, like when we go out, we use that red deep that's made for ticks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They still,
Doesn't it?
they still get on you.
That's
But,
crazy.
but like I said, that's the reason why we're fixing to go. And I was looking for something else to fill in for some of the time that we're, in between doing Bigfoot stuff and stuff like that. And like I said,
Yeah.
I think this paranormal stuff, like I said, I've never done it. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. So I'm going to make that known up front that I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
You're gonna get the what is it? The rods, right?
The,
Oh
the
yeah.
Is it the
well,
what do they call them?
the
Dicing rods?
dowsing rods.
No,
I actually
dowsing
can use.
rods.
Yeah, I can. I ain't never used them for ghosts. I've used them to find water and stuff underground. My grandfather used to do that.
Oh, really?
Uh,
See,
like I said,
that's good to know.
well, I said this. I don't know what I'm doing ghost hunting though. So the first couple of times I may be screwed up, and I'll tell. And like I said, so anybody's got any suggestions? Email them to me because, like I said, I don't know what I'll be the first one to tell you. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing.
It'll be
So,
fun.
like I said, I'm greener than a gourd doing this, but it's going. I think it's going to be fun. I'm talking about good. It's a ghost. It can't hurt you. It's already dead.
No, it's still scary.
Well, I don't scare. So
Oh, they're saying.
now, cat will be jumping and screaming and hollering, but that'll be
Mhm.
the. And we're still working on getting a drone.
Okay.
Jeremy's already got a drone. He's got a little toy drone, but the drone that we're looking at getting is a little bit more sophisticated than that. Like I can shoot it out of the back of the one I'm looking at. I can drop it. I can stop and send it out of the back of my truck and tell it to follow me, and it'll follow me down the road.
Oh, so you don't have to be
Uh-uh.
using a. Oh, that's
No,
so
I'm taking the
cool.
vault. I'm taking the vault part out of it. That would be the bad part of it, and that would be the crashing part. So I'm taking that part out, and letting it do its own thing.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
there's even some that can sense like heat signatures, right? Like I've
if you
seen
get
some of those.
yeah, we can't afford those. Those are like $3,000 and $5,000. Well,
Wow, I don't
now the
know.
one that I'm looking at, it's not but like $600, but it has a night vision camera built into it. And while it's doing its own thing, the only thing I'm controlling is the camera. And it's on a
Yeah.
3-axle gimbal, so it's steady. It's the same. It's the same thing as a GoPro 9, 10, or whatever the hell it is.
Oh, that's good then. That's pretty good
It's
camera.
built in. It's built in to the system, and like I said, that's the cheapest one that I could find that we can afford right now. And like I said, we're still working on getting it because it's going to help in a couple of different things. It's going to help with the Bigfoot investigations. It's going to help with the documentaries. I'm almost finished. I've got the guys from Small Town Monsters looking over my documentary and helping me out with that. The first one, and like I said, they've been a real big help where they didn't have to.
Yeah. That's
Uh,
nice. So
well, like I
somebody's
said,
saying to do the Bell Witch. That's too
we
scary
thought
for
about
me.
doing the Bell Witch. The thing is, there was a guy that was on TV that screwed the bell going up to do the Bell Witch for
Oh,
filming out. Y'all know who I'm talking about. His name starts with a Z. Uh,
okay. Yeah.
I'm not going to say his name on your show because I don't want to get y'all in trouble or nothing. And people are getting a little bit upset when you're saying names for some reason around here lately.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think I know who you're talking about.
but he actually got run off by the from the Bell Witch Caves by the guy that owns it by with a shotgun because
Oh,
he
wow.
done well because the guy told him there's certain things that he doesn't want done,
Yeah.
and the very first thing he done was some of those things he didn't want done, and he basically him and the guy with the name Z got into it, and I guess he thought he was a little bit too big for his britches, and he told him, he said, you got two choices, you can either leave or become permanently part of the cave.
Wow. Okay.
And,
Bama said that he was on vacation and he had crappy service. He was
okay,
in West
well,
Virginia.
okay, well, Bama, tomorrow sometime holler at me because I'll be back home probably by 1 o'clock tomorrow. Uh, but me and Kat were going to go to the caves, and do y'all know Florida has caves?
I didn't know that. I've
I didn't
never
know
been.
that either.
I have
We
family
were
in Florida.
Well, look up Florida Caves, and it's a state park, Florida Cave State Park. There's caves. They ain't real big ones, but there's caves in Florida. I have no. It's in the northern part of Florida, but I didn't know that until we come across see it. But they didn't want no video and stuff done. Like I told them, I said, if you're not gonna let me video, there's really no reason for me to go down there.
Hmm.
Uh,
So they
it,
don't.
it-
So they don't allow video in these caves.
nope. The
What?
reason why they say because there's bats that live in the caves, and the light
Oh,
bother the
yeah.
bats and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, you walk around these caves with a freaking flashlight, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, uh,
It's the same thing.
exactly. But I've got my camera will shoot in complete darkness. It's IR, and they still didn't want any pictures. They didn't want any cameras down in there. And
Hmm.
okay, I,
Interesting.
I turned around and left. There's no, like I said, to me, there was no reason for us to go down there other than to video it to bring it to y'all. They didn't want no video and done, so I was like, see you later.
Oh man.
But
So
Cat's not like I said,
spooky.
Cat's upstairs right now. She's actually talking to her son and fixing to take a shower because we've been on the road since about 8 o'clock this morning.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Uh,
that's all day.
it's 800 and
Yeah.
something miles from Tampa, Florida to Memphis, Tennessee, and like I said, we don't like but about 3 hours and we'll be home. I just got
Oh,
tired
so
of driving.
you're coming back. Okay. I thought
Uh-huh.
you were going that way, but you're coming back.
No, we're coming back. We've been. That's why nobody's seen or heard from me all this last week. Is because I've been down there with her son. So that's the
Yeah.
reason why of that. And the week before that, a whole bunch of other stuff went on that caused complications.
Oh no.
And I'm going to be doing a show about that really soon.
Okay.
Mm.
We'll be looking
Somebody's done got a
forward.
little. Somebody's done got a little too big for their britches. And I'm not going to say nothing else about it because I don't want y'all involved. Because every time I turn around, somebody else's name is getting brought up, and I'm not going to do that to y'all.
Oh. Well, I hope it's better now.
Oh, it's not, but it's fixing to be.
Oh. Hmm.
Mm.
So a lot of sinkholes in Florida is what they're saying.
Yeah, there's been sinkholes. The craziest thing that's been showing up in Florida on the around Tampa and down around from Tampa back down south is they're having Chinese immigrants showing up on the beaches in boats.
I heard of that. Yeah, that's
So
crazy.
I'm talking about the down around from Tampa down. The beaches are full of law enforcement, and what they're doing is
Hmm.
they're grabbing them before they get them out, before they come out of the water, and they're taking them to immigration and deporting them.
Wow.
I'm talking about it ain't stopped. It's still going on because they were down there. They'd gotten, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. I can't remember. They had gotten 3 boatfuls. I think it was 14 people, 14 of them that they'd gotten then that morning.
Wow. So are they coming all the way from China, like on a boat?
They were in a. If
That's
they come all the way from China in the boat that I saw, that was one hell of a damn trip.
That's funny. So
Like I said,
they're obviously they get somewhere, and then from there they get to Florida on a smaller ship, right? Or like little
what?
boat.
Well, what I saw and what I was telling Kat. Now, this is my opinion. Before somebody freaks out and says false, this is my opinion because people get carried away sometimes. These are young, anywhere from, I'm gonna say 18 to 30. They're all men. These are what we call fighting age men.
Oh.
There's no women. There's no children. And they have, from what I understand, they have actually no direction. They're just infiltrating America. Why?
Oh.
There's no point of where they're going, what they're supposed to. They have, from what I understand, they have no. There's no rhyme or reason to it except for they're just here to infiltrate. Well, like I said, these are fighting age men. Knowing what I know and what I used to do, this is what you would call the first wave. You send people like this in to damage infrastructure and stuff like that causes problems. Then another wave will hit.
That's scary. They would have to get through the Panama Canal or get through Cuba or the Caribbean islands.
Oh, like I said, I don't know. I don't know where they're coming from, but the damn boat I saw, they're sinister. The boat I saw, Sinister, is about the same size or bigger than that damn little dinghy thing that they were bailing out of.
Sinister. Is that what you named it? The truck?
That's my truck. Yeah, that's my truck, Sinister.
That's cool. Wow, that's scary.
Well, like I said, it don't make any sense. And like I said, that's so I'm talking about look, they caught 4 around Disney World last week. I think we were told. I think it was not the week before we got down there. There was 4 that were caught right around somewhere right there around Disney World, which is Orlando, Florida.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like I said, it don't make no sense.
Yeah, it doesn't.
And I know right now we're about to go to war with China if some cooler heads don't prevail, and that's not going to be no win situation for nothing.
For us or for them or what? What do you think?
For both, because China's stupid enough to do stupid stuff. Most countries won't use nukes and stuff like that. China don't care. China, China wants to win regardless. So,
That's scary.
like I said, it's
scary.
That's what I'm saying. And
I don't think there's really nothing much we can do if it comes to that. Like, there's nowhere to really hide with nukes, right?
No. Well, see, this is the problem with this. If they fire nukes at us, we're automatically going to fire nukes back at them, and then all of the people that are mad at us are going to fire nukes too. Because we just launched nukes and they don't know where the hell they're going. So that's protocol. That's called dead man. They would rather send their nukes over to us, even if we're not going at them, just to be sure to wipe us out, and because in case they get wiped out.
Wow.
Like I said, war is not like what most people thinking. Like what's going on in Ukraine ain't nothing compared to what's going to go on if U.S. and China get into it. It ain't nothing like that. And it's gonna be on our doorstep. It's not gonna be on some foreign sand somewhere.
And usually, like, you think it's more of like the bigger cities that they will hit first.
They're gonna go after because that wouldn't cripple us. What they're gonna do is they're gonna go after farmland, stuff like that. They're gonna go after pipelands because that's how they cripple us. Going after
Yeah.
the big cities, there ain't nothing growing in the big cities. The big cities are
No.
waiting for the farmers and stuff to send them stuff. You go after the farmlands and stuff like that, that's when they cripple us. Go after the trucking industries. Think
Or
about it. If they
even
kept
like the power grid.
the power grid or the oil, none of the oil that we reproduce, we use, because this is the thing. All the oil, those oil wells out in Texas and all that, there's only one refinery in the United States that can refine that oil. They have to send that oil overseas to special refineries to have that oil refined. Now we can refine stuff from everywhere else. We just can't refine our own, which is stupid.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Strategic. David's saying strategic areas, farm, oil field dams, and bridges.
Because think about it, if the trucks can't roll into your neighborhood, if trucks stop rolling today, you can ask anybody that has anything to do with trucking or supply. They will tell you there's enough stuff in even like Memphis, there's enough stuff on the shelves and what they have in local warehouses to last 1 week.
That's not enough.
Exactly. Look at what happened during the pandemic.
It
That's
was
a
a
good.
disaster. It's what happened.
It was because you couldn't get stuff. And look at them talking about. I still ain't figured out why everybody went crazy over the toilet paper. But but think about it. The shelves went bare within just a few days.
Mm-hmm. It was
Well,
madness.
that gives you an idea of what to look forward to, and then the looting and all this other shit's going to start taking place. I'm telling y'all, war is not what you think it's going to be, especially when it's on your doorstep. I've done seen it too much, and I've done been around it. And it's crap that everybody's telling you buy gold and stuff like that. That way, I've been to several. You ask anybody that's been in the military, that's been to third world countries, ain't nobody sitting around
Trying to
trading
buy
gold
gold.
bars and stuff like that. They're trading other goods.
Food.
Like food, they're trading food. They're
Goods.
trading cigarettes. They're trading
Toilet paper.
that, or if you can make a knife, if you can repair a machine, or
Mm-hmm.
that's what they're trading. They're not trading gold and silver and all like this. It don't happen.
That's crazy. There's gonna be a barter system.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Medicines.
Medicines, all kinds of stuff, man.
Well,
I
I've been
think
telling
food. I think food is probably gonna be the most priceless
food.
thing. Yeah, like
Food. It's going to be, believe it or not, this is the way it'll go because it's been proven. It'll be alcohol. It'll be alcohol, cigarettes, and food.
I'm gonna
and then
stock up on cigarettes.
and then medicine. That's the way it usually goes.
I'm gonna be like, hey, I have
So,
cigarettes
well,
in the
think about
corners.
this. Think about this. During the pandemic, one of the places that shouldn't have been a necessity, but they claimed they put it as one because they'd already run the numbers and done enough of this stuff that they knew. One of the places that was considered a necessity was liquor stores. You know why? Because there's so many alcoholics in America.
Wow.
What happens to an alcoholic that can't get alcohol?
They start to have withdrawals.
Yeah, they start going through DTs. They get into a fighting mode. All they want is the alcohol. That's the reason why. That's the reason why during the pandemic that that liquor stores were considered essential.
Ah, I thought they were trying to make hand sanitizer with it.
Nope, they made it work because they didn't want to deal with all the alcoholics going through DTs along with everything else that was going along.
Wedge is saying that bullets is going to be the new gold.
I'm going to tell y'all a secret. I'm going to give y'all a little bit of wisdom here. You never give somebody nothing. You never trade somebody anything that they can come back and use against you to take the rest of what you have. So you never trade guns, knives, nor bullets. Because if you got enough to trade me, that means you got more.
Yeah, that's true. That's scary. Didn't even think about that. Growing your own food and raising chickens, cows, goats, horses.
Yep. it's a renewable source. That's chickens, rabbits. Y'all realize you can take 20 rabbits, and within the first month they breed, and 3 months later you got little rabbits.
Mm-hmm.
You just those 20. Let's say out of the 20 rabbits, you got 10 that you're gonna keep to breed. And like I said, in 3 months, those 10 rabbits have produced about 60 rabbits.
So
Four
you got a
months
little
from
farm going.
Yeah, in 4 months you can go from 60 rabbits into probably 220 rabbits.
Wow.
It's a renewable source that keeps going and going.
I'm gonna buy me some rabbits.
Now the little bastards are chewy when you go to
Yeah,
eat them.
they stinky too.
Yeah,
They
rabbits
happy
are.
ass.
I would stick with chickens because once see, chickens are good to lay eggs that you can eat them. But after a while, a chicken, I forgot how many months it is, after a chicken continues to laying eggs, they will stop producing eggs. That's
Mm.
fine. I'll just eat the chicken.
Yeah, chicken soup.
Mm.
Chicken nuggets, like my kids say.
Mm-hmm. Uh, but like I said,
That's
that's
crazy.
if things don't change, people are fixing to learn a lot. That's the reason why I tried to start up the outfitters to get people to, learn how to provide for themselves and go out. Most people don't know how to build a fire from nothing. Most people don't know how to build a shelter.
We learned, remember?
Yeah.
We were trying to build a fire because my dad, he's a fire builder. And where was he? He wasn't home.
Yeah, he was.
And we were trying to make some steak outside, and we're like trying to figure out how to make fire. Everything failed. And then finally we went on YouTube. Vaseline and a cotton swab or a cotton ball.
Yep.
There you go. I
Yep.
was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing pays. We even tried that petroleum thing and nothing would happen.
I can tell you another one. Take you one of those several of those tea tree candles and fix it where you take them out of the tin so they melt, and you put them in a plate upside down. That way, when it melts, it runs off. Put them on a small plate. Take you some cotton balls and put around the outside of that. And what you're doing is you're catching that wax inside that cotton ball. You can actually take the cotton ball, pull it apart just a little bit, and light that, and it acts as a temporary candle and a fire starter.
Wow.
And it's easy to store. See, there's a lot of tricks like that. I was going to try to show people, but nobody wanted to nobody wanted to learn it. Nobody wanted to do nothing. Yep. I can show you how to build a 3-man shelter in 2 hours that is not only you can survive in any heat, cold, whatever, and it will protect you against bears, other stuff.
Tea tree?
People, huh?
Are you talking about tea tree? Oops.
No. This is how to build a shelter.
Oh, okay.
3 people can live in this shelter, and like I said, not only can you live in you can do it in any environment. As long as you got trees around you, you can do it in any environment. When you build fire in it, it actually will hold the heat. You'll start taking clothes off because you'll get so hot in there if you build too big of a fire. And like I said, it's safe around bears. It's safe around any normal wildlife. It'll defend you against somebody trying to hurt you because it gives you a barrier.
That's cool.
I can teach you how to disappear into the wilderness where, unless somebody like me is looking for you, normal people ain't gonna find you.
See
You
that?
you blend into your environment.
You need to make these videos, Vault.
Well, I was going. I thought about doing it in a video, but a lot of this stuff is harder to understand in a video than it is when you're sitting there looking at it. I'm going to try to do some of these videos if people want them, but the way I'm going to do these videos is because people keep stealing my content. I'm probably going to put it behind a paywall of like $1.99. So if they're going to steal it, they're going to have to pay to steal it.
Yeah, they're saying that they want to learn. So,
well, I don't mind teaching. Like I said, in 6 months, I've taught Kat how to track.
that's cool.
Like I said, well, it's fun to watch her go out. Most time, I follow her around now. She don't follow me. it's fun to watch her do it. And then when she has a question, she just turns around and asks me, and I'll give her some hint. I don't tell her, I give her hints.
Yeah.
And then she figures it out. That way you learn.
But that's like for hunting, right? Or is
It's
it for
for
anything?
it's for anything.
Oh, that's good.
If I can teach you how to track, when you learn how to track, you'll start noticing when you walk through the woods, you walk through it differently because you're thinking about how you find signs, so you're not doing that to leave sign. It's called ghosting.
Oh.
Most people don't realize, especially city people, don't realize how easy it is to track them because how much sign they leave when they walk, just
Right?
walking through a
Breaking
field.
sticks and making all kinds of mess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's cool. See, okay, so make these videos so we can all learn.
I'm going to, because like I said, I've got a bunch of stuff that that's fixing to be done. Like I said, the week before last, it was a bunch of other. It wasn't personal. It's actually YouTube and personal stuff going on. And then this last week, like I said, I was with Kat and her son and stuff, and that's another. That's something I ain't gonna talk about on YouTube. Period. Because like I said, it's just people are using stuff from YouTube and trying to go into the real world about it.
Yeah, I feel like that's messed up. So,
Especially when somebody tries to send goofy paperwork to someone's job.
that's that's bad.
From YouTube. From YouTube. You know, this has started. Well, it's actually went past the realm of cyber stalking, cyber bullying, and then you're releasing people's personal information and their whereabouts.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy. That's
Um,
scary.
well,
Yeah.
it's just like I said. This is YouTube. It's meant for entertainment purposes, and so some people have got it in their head. This is their whole life. This is their whole world. And I said, y'all do this show for two reasons. It's fun to y'all, and it's entertaining to the people like us, like me, that watch y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And people are forgetting that.
Yeah. I think it's fun. I mean, that's why we do it, because it's fun and
But
we enjoy
Davidson,
listening to other people's stories.
well, Davidson here, David will tell you, it got to the point where I was actually fixing to give my channel to David because I was tired of the crap because of the stupid stuff that was going on.
Oh, no.
And several people talked me out of it.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, when it gets to the point where it's causing problems for in real life for your family,
Mhm.
it ain't fun.
Yeah, it starts to you just want to get over it.
Well, it's just stupid.
Yeah, and that makes total sense. I mean, I would probably do the same. I would be like, you know what, I'm not going to do it anymore because it's not even, it's not fun anymore.
And especially when
So,
you got other things going on in the real world, uh, that like I said, it just it's stupid, and then they think it's funny.
yeah, that's
The people that are doing it, well, it ain't funny. And like I said, the only reason why I would leave what I'm doing is if it endangered my friends or my family, like y'all. If I thought that me being on y'all's channel would endanger y'all or cause y'all problems, y'all would never hear from me again. That's just the way I am.
oh,
Because it ain't worth it. But some people are fixing to learn a valuable lesson.
yeah, that's not cool.
It ain't cool.
Yeah.
David knows what I'm talking about. Truth and Bass know what I'm talking about. But like I said, it's they're I don't know how to say. Like I say, I'm not trying to involve y'all. And for some reason, anybody's channel that I mention some of this on, it causes them problems, and I ain't trying to do that. So, like I said, I really don't. I'm going to stop talking about it. That way, it don't. No one gets their panties that may listen to this out of a bunch and come at you girls, because that ain't what I'm trying to do. Like I said, I seen y'all on, and I know y'all. I was just happened to be standing there talking to this lady. I was like, "There's some friends of mine on that love this stuff." I said, "Hold on a second, let me." And
Yeah.
like I said, I wanted to see how she would react, and like I said, she come right on, didn't have a problem. Like I said, and she's wanting to do a show about this stuff, and
That would be cool.
I think it sounds cool because of
Yeah.
what's going on. And like I said, supposedly this is one of the most haunted towns in Alabama. I've never heard of the town before until I started looking it up, and it's got that's just one place. That's the college. There's like 7 other places. There's even a church that was supposedly built over top of 2 different burial grounds.
That's scary. Ugh.
Uh, and this is the thing: the church is burned down twice.
Oh no. See, and that would be cool if she wants to do a show, she can totally go to all these places and investigate.
Exactly. Well, the thing is, like I said, like I told her, I want her to come on and do a show and talk about everything that
Yeah.
she's found out. That way, whenever we talk about we're going to this place, everybody that's listening or that has seen the show will understand, and then they'll probably be more willing to want to watch because
Yeah.
you got the background now, and now we're going to this place. We're not just talking about. We're fixing to go to these places.
Yeah.
Why not? Like I said, I ain't scared of no ghost. It's already dead.
We've been to a couple of haunted places, but I mean, it was like in and out. Like we weren't trying to investigate. We were just like, "Hey, let's go check it out," and then we'll run right out. And it was scary, right?
Yeah.
You got scared. I got scared.
Well,
But
girls, I thank y'all
totally
for letting
cool.
me come on here. I'm fixing to actually go up here, get me a shower, and I'm gonna go to sleep so I can get
All
up
right.
in a couple of hours and drive the rest of the way home.
Sounds cool. Well, we're gonna end it too because we've been on here for an hour and it's getting late. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end it. We appreciate that you came in and you shared. So we're excited to see what else you're gonna come up with, and especially with that haunted paranormal stuff that you're gonna do now. So that's scary, but it's gonna be
Well,
fun and interesting. So
well, I
yeah,
said it's something new for me.
yeah,
I said I have no idea what I'm doing. So before somebody gets on there, you should have sent me an email and told me to do it because I told you I didn't know what I was doing.
yeah. No, it's gonna be fun. I think you're gonna
Yeah.
like it. But all
Like I said,
right. Well, everybody,
hey, as long as we, well, we got to get Mr. David Cobra and
yeah.
say, I'm trying to figure out who's going to be Shaggy, who's going to be Scooby.
Yeah.
Well,
And
thank y'all.
Bama in there.
Say that
All right.
again.
Well, I said Bama has to be in there too.
Oh yeah, we'll see y'all later. Thank y'all.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
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 All right. Yeah, guys. So, yeah, that was a Vault of Nightmares. So, he's going to get into some paranormal stuff too. That sounds interesting. I mean, I'm not brave enough, you guys. Not for that. Like Scooby Doo will be Cobra. That's funny. Yeah, so so we talked about the cruise ships. Eileen shared that story, which was a little, I don't know, man. I don't know what to think about it. There is a few other stories that we had in regards to that, to disappearances. I mean, you guys can always look them up. They're online. I thought they were interesting, and you can't really, I don't know. It's sad. It's sad that people go disappearing in ships. So be careful out there because it could be scary and dangerous. But yeah, that's all we have for you guys today. We're going to go ahead and end it. I know Eileen's a little bit tired. You can see it in her eyes. Look at her.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll see you guys hopefully next week. If you guys have anything you'd like us to cover, let us know. But yeah, we thank you everybody for coming. Thank you, Wedge. And hopefully we'll see you next week. Have a great weekend. Enjoy yourselves. And we'll see you hopefully next week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. See you later.